Hi Antonio, today I want to take a look with you at your body paragraph assignment. Overall, good work on this. Got little tweaks to do here and there. First off, good work here on your title page. You do want to take off the little greater than, less than signs when you fill in the information that it's asking for, so always just be sure to delete those. Good work including the title page. Now your thesis statement, we talked about this in your week 2 feedback. Be sure that in this thesis statement you're listing all 3 of the main points that you're going to be making in your body paragraph. I think what's missing here is the discussion of that perfect work candidate. And I think we've got job safety. You might expand upon that, and I gave you some suggestions at the end on ways that you could do this. You talk about violence as one of the things, and I think that's a good point. That provides safety in the workplace. Also, we could take a look at theft in the workplace, because, I mean, there are violent crimes that we want to protect people from, but there are also, theft issues, and we also want to make sure that we could say that we're getting a candidate instead of the perfect work candidate, a candidate who has the qualifications for the job, because we could also perhaps use those background checks to take a look at people, who lie on their job applications. They don't have the work experience that they're claiming to have. They haven't worked as many years. They don't have that degree that they're claiming to have. And so that way, that's another thing, not only to protect the other employees, but to protect the company from getting a person in a job who's not qualified for that job. So that's something to think about as well. But make sure that you have a clear 3-point thesis statement. Now here for your subtitles, be sure that you're capitalizing all important words there of the subtitle. They should be in bold, but the body paragraph itself should not be in bold. So I think it's just turning that on and off. Be sure that you format that correctly as you go through. So looking at your first body paragraph here, it was well formed. Use some information from your research to help you prove your point. I thought you had a good topic sentence here for this to begin this paragraph out. I want you to watch your use of possessives or apostrophes. That pops up several times in your writing. You'll see where I've marked grammar errors. Comma slices pop up a few times, so watch those. Also, in our academic writing, we want to write an academic third-person voice. So you want to avoid second-person voice, you. So there's a place or two in the essay where you do that. So you want to watch that. Watch for commas after introductory elements. Not too many, but a couple of places with pronoun antecedent agreement. So watch for those. Here, for PR Newswire, that's the name of... I'm assuming it's a newsletter or either a magazine, so be sure that you're placing it in italics, this title. Also, since there wasn't an author for this article, this is where you would place your in-text citation. So here you've introduced where the information is coming from. Right after you introduce it here in parentheses, you would want to place the year of publication, and then you would have your complete in-text citation for this source. Now here you came into first-person voice. You want to avoid that in our academic writing, and that's just so that you won't appear biased. You are persuading your reader to believe something, but you want to do that kind of from behind the scenes, and you use information from your research to do the persuading with. You also want to leave out personal examples, and so we'll need to do your most part of your revision will come in that third body paragraph. Once again, one little incident here of pronoun antecedent agreement. Let's look at your second body paragraph here with good subtitle. Capitalize all important words again. You put this one in bold font. Remember, we don't want this text of your paragraph in bold font, and to delete those little greater than, less than symbols. In this paragraph also, and you didn't do it in the others, so I know you know not to do it. It was just an oversight. Be sure that you come back out of the centering format because you don't want the body paragraph to be centered. Now in this one, we want to watch for that use of first person voice again. Introductory elements, use of possessives again, and another comma splice. Here you also use this information, and I thought this was great, good hire, that makes sure that people with criminal records get a chance to explain themselves, because everyone does deserve a second chance. I would work on, since this information came from a source, we want to make sure that you're including that in-text citation for that source. So remember, if it's a paraphrase or a summary, you're going to use author's last name and year of publication. If it's a direct quote, you would put the information in quotation marks. You would follow that with an in-text citation that has author's last name, year of publication, and also the specific page number or paragraph number of the directly quoted material. I think this is a summary or a paraphrase here, so we just need author's last name if it was given and year of publication. Alright, also here for this paragraph I would work on a stronger topic sentence. If that would help make this paragraph even stronger for you there. In your third body paragraph, once again, did a good job this time of coming out of the centered format. Remember to take away the greater than, less than signs and capitalize all important words. Just workplace is the only one that is not capitalized here that should be. Possessives, commas. It's awkward to start a sentence with the conjunction but. Better to use that conjunctive adverb there, however. So that's where you'll see where I suggested that change. Second person voice slipped in again here, and the very end of the paragraph, the first person voice with the personal example. You don't want to appear biased, so you do want to avoid that. So for this paragraph, see if you can make it even stronger. A little bit more supporting evidence and examples from your research would do this, if you can find that. And this paragraph is just really not that different from your first paragraph. I knew that you had worries about repeating yourself somewhat, and I do think we're seeing a little bit of that. So here I made some suggestions that we talked about earlier, how you can make those three distinct different points about this topic. They're related, but they're different enough to write an entire paragraph about. So keep working on that next week for your revisions. I've also included here for you some additional resources that you might find helpful about comma splices, pronoun antecedent agreement, commas, and apostrophes, academic writing and academic third-person voice, how to include those in-text citations for summaries, paraphrases, and direct quotes, and writing a three-point thesis statement. Looking down at your reference page, you did a good job of double spacing, uniformly double spacing, and using the hanging indented format. Now you would list sources in alphabetical order on this page, so keep that in mind. Also, if these are online sources, then your citations are not complete. So I included here an example. If you'll go and use the reference citation generator, it'll help you with this, but also remember to pick the correct example. For example, if this was a journal or a magazine article from an online database, here's a picture from the generator, and you would go down to periodicals and choose this one. Now, if this was just a general internet source, that's a little bit something different. So be sure that you're picking the right example for what you're trying to cite. Alright, overall good work on this. Definitely a good start. If you have any questions about my feedback, please post a message for me, and I'll be glad to discuss it with you. I look forward next week to seeing your revisions and reading your introduction and conclusion. Thank you for submitting. Bye-bye.